Podcast. It's your friendly heatwave reminder. The fan is blaring still, so just in case you can hear it. We are in drought season here in England. We are officially in drought season. But yeah, I can't remember when was the last time we actually had some rain in Manchester. I really can't. That's how bad it's been. And of course, here in the north, we're kind of known for our bad weather. You know, we're in the north. We are kind of used to be labelled as the place where you get all the dreary weather, and when we go down to the south, that's where it's always like hot, and all that. But yeah, but honestly, I can't not remember the last time we had a good rainfall, in Manchester. And I can remember when I was a kid in primary school that we had some very bad rainfalls here in the city. Back in the thick of the noughties. Yeah, so, oh god. And you know what? If there was a rain shower to happen right now, I would literally just run outside and go stand in it. Because I just cannot keep, I don't know how much more I can take. Anyway, let's try and cool ourselves down today by thinking about a really, cool documentary. Oh, no, was that corny? Was that too corny? Yeah. Right, so, I finally got round to watching this documentary about Aerin Frankel and Gwyneth. It's called Tender. Okay. It's about 35 to 38 minutes long, and it basically just charts their careers. Because these two have kind of been thick as thieves, in the circuit, especially on the international team. Of course, they were our tandem for Milan Cortina. And interesting to notice, the documentary ends after they've been selected for Team USA in Milan Cortina. So it ends with them basically, going about how the goal is to now then go and get that Olympic gold, which of course they did go and do. So I kind of feel there should be a series here, shouldn't there? Shouldn't this be like, I feel like there's more scope you could do. But anyway, but I thought it was a really fascinating documentary, and I would love to see more of these for women's hockey as a whole. I'd love to see, especially because which we are really trying to get the word out about the league. I would love to see more of these kind of documentaries. I mean, I've already talked about how Taya Heisey being at Minnesota Timberwolves game was a good thing. But I would also like to see some more documentaries, and we get to go behind the scenes, and we get to see what life really is like for these athletes. Because you've got to remember, they are human at the end of the day. They do have their own day-to-day lives, just like we do. But unfortunately, in the world of sport, you don't really get to see that, especially during a game. So I thought it was really great. We went behind the scenes. We got some really good interviews with their respective teammates. We got a real flavour of what these two netminders are like. And of course, obviously, having been involved with the league since day one, I just love to see all of those clips from various seasons in the PHL. Really takes me back down memory lane. I've been there since day one. And of course, Aerin Frankel's been part of the league since day one as well. So I basically thought Aerin Frankel's PHL career from the get go. Because obviously, she had a huge first season, particularly in the World Cup playoffs. She did not make it easy for us in Minnesota during those finals in 2024. And of course, she had a very, because during the regular season, she had a very standout game in Minnesota when she shut us out 2-0. So that was the early sign of how big of a deal this player is. So that was, and yeah, but obviously she was I mean, the fact that Aerin Frankel literally faces like shot after shot, her shot counts are like literally just insane. A game, it's just literally just insane, but she's literally like a brick wall. They don't call the Green Monster for nothing, and she's just had a stellar career. And of course, literally, season 3 has been her year. Okay, she didn't win the World Cup, but she pretty much, did so much. Got Olympic gold, became the first netminder to win MVP, so the BT MVP award. Also won goaltender of the year, which called I called it. If you remember going back to the early in the regular season episode, I did say I could see Aerin Frankel getting the goaltender of the year award. I called it. I stuck with that bold, flashy prediction, and guess what? I was right. Okay. I've been involved with this game for 16 years now. I think I know a thing or two. Okay. Yeah, that's incredible. And you contrast that with Gwyneth Phillips, who obviously was a rookie this time last season. Obviously had to then halfway through the season come in, relieve Erin Frankel, take up the starting role, and then powered her team all the way through to the World Cup finals, where again would be undone by our Frost. But she did so well, I mean, I was not surprised when she got the Alara Kloss Perth MVP last year. Main thing because I think me personally we couldn't really think about who on our side would get it because I think we had quite a very all-rounded team. Also, I'm not sure many people expected someone from the losing team to get it, but obviously Hatton, of course, we gave her our flowers. The fact that she's now literally the starting netminder for Ottawa, because obviously during her rookie year, we all knew expansion was on the horizon in Seattle, Vancouver, and I think everybody, including us three, even straight away said Ottawa's going to lose the netminder. Of all the teams, Ottawa's going to definitely lose the netminder, and we were all thinking it was going to be Gwyneth Phillips, because Erin Frankel is Ottawa's starter. That's who they're going to have for long term. And Gwyneth Phillips will basically go to expansion team where she can basically, make a name for herself else in the league. Obviously, of course, Mashmeyer gets injured. Phillips comes in relief. Obviously, turns it around and just proved exactly why she had to be protected. I mean, when we were doing our text list for expansion last year, straight away the three, but me playing all said straight away, it's Gwyneth Phillips. I mean, based on the second half of the season she just had, I think she's pretty much literally proved why you've got to lock me in, and she did that. And so the script flipped. Ottawa still lost a netminder expansion, but it wasn't the netminder we all thought it was going to be. But all's well ends well, because both Phillips and Mashmeyer are now starting netminders on a team, so all's well end well. It's just the towel was different, and the fact she managed to keep that going, this season as well. I mean, how we get Ottawa back into the finals. I feel like she had a lack of support though in those finals, especially in game 1. Ottawa, I'm not gonna let you forget it. Not gonna forget that. Just that's for example. Yeah. So the two of them had quite very different stories, and I feel the documentary gives us a full flavour of how the stories have gone. And also we got a little bit of the international as well, like talk about how when Frankel was injured, got injured during the gold medal game of the Worlds last year, and then obviously Phillips had to then go into relief, and luckily it all paid off because obviously Team USA still managed to win the gold. I believe, if I remember right, it was overtime. Yes, overtime. Last year. Yeah, it's always this with Canada and USA. It's always guaranteed overtime in a gold medal game. Always guaranteed. So I never would have thought, but that would be good practice for Milano Cortina, but that course also went into overtime. Yeah, so we got great to see that as well, because these two I kind of feel like are the next stars in netminder for USA. I definitely see them coming back for the French Alps in 2030. I mean, obviously, 2026 this year was Milano Cortina was their first ever Olympic Games, so these two have definitely got more to come. So I think we're definitely going to see these two again in the Alps in 2030. Of course, it'll be interesting to see, do you then balance the tandem, or do you still give one over the other? Because in Milano Cortina this year, Frankel got the lion's share, and Phillips did get to play the game against Switzerland. That was kind of like the first half of back-to-back between Switzerland and Canada. So we went with first goes Switzerland and then Frankel goes Canada. That one, really. You know. So I kind of feel that these two are going to be TSA starting netminders for this. This is going to be the tandem for quite some time, and I feel really good about that because I've got so much confidence in these two. You know, especially obviously we had a PHL now. It means we can look at these players who are on the national rosters and think, yeah, I've got the proof to back up why you should be where you are. Because you know, both Frank and Phillips have been an integral part of their teams, Boston and Ottawa respectively, and you know, it's just been incredible to see, you know, what these two teams have done over the last few years. Both of them kind of feel like they should be backed up in their teams to World Cups, and of course, Ottawa's had 2 goes at the cake now. Yeah, you can just kind of feel like it's almost like it's getting close for both these two teams, and potentially within the next 5 years, Ottawa and Boston could have at least 1 cup, in the bank. Could they face them in the finals? That would be something, wouldn't it? Also, we had Boston and Ottawa meet in the semi-finals this year, and Ottawa literally just edged that out. I mean, Ottawa had Boston's number this past season. Could they in the finals? Oh, that would be very interesting indeed, wouldn't it? That would be very interesting indeed to see how that would play out, and so forth. But yeah, so I really loved that. I would love to see more documentaries like that be made, with other players across the various different teams in the league. You could even do like how the AHL's got this series on Amazon Prime. You could get the PHL to do something similar, but put it on YouTube, because obviously we've got a great partnership with YouTube. So you could pretty much do what the AHL's done and do a series like that, but you just put it on YouTube, and that would be a great way, and that way more people can get their eyes on it. Because a lot of people like me, we can't watch that AHL series because we don't have Amazon Prime. I don't do Prime. So I feel like you're missing out a lot of potential consumer there. So I think if we were to do something similar to that, we could basically take it onto YouTube because we've got a great partnership there, and more people will be able to consume that a lot better. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see if any more of those come out in the future, because this is like a great documentary to watch. It's like I say, it's over 38 mins, so it doesn't really, not much, doesn't really take too much out of your day. And absolutely, yeah, just go and recommend watching it. You know, you won't see what life's like for 2 of the best netminders right now for Team USA outside of their respective games. Then go check it out, because it's worth a watch. You get some really great behind the scenes interviews with the various different teammates of theirs. Yeah, so I really loved it. Would love to see more of these from other players in the PHL and see where we go. I'd love to see more of that in the future. So yeah, it was really insightful, really, you know, really great to see. We got to see what life's like for them outside of hockey, and get to see, you know, and just So it kind of felt really felt like very connected there. Like you really got to learn more about these two respective netminders. Yeah, absolutely loved it. So yeah, I will put a link to it in the episode description below if you guys would go and check it out yourselves. So obviously, please do go have a watch. It's only about 38 minutes long. It's not going to take much out of your day. Okay, so please do go have a watch. I would absolutely recommend it. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, I think I've covered much of the bases of what I want to say. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, really great. So, who would I want to see get one of these next? Obviously, a lot of Frost players, for example. High C, Schofield, Panic, all that. We should come up with a list, shouldn't we? Yeah, we should come up with a list. We can make it into a documentary series. We should do that and see what could be interesting going forward. But honestly, yeah, I thought it was a really good. It was a really good episode. Really loved it. Really loved it. So yeah, I would love to see more of those. Yeah, so go check it out. Go and check it out. Please do go check out. It's called Tender. I will put the episode. Sorry, I'll put the link to the video in this episode description for you guys. I think Boston and Ottawa have also shared it on their respective YouTube channels as well, as like a collaboration. So if you are a Charge fan or a Fleet fan, you should be able to find that as well. Like how I was able to find the High Sea Timberwolves thing because it was a collaboration between the Timberwolves and the Frost. That's how I was able to see that not too long after I got back from my trip from Minneapolis back in March. Yeah. So I think we need to see more of these because I think it would really help, grow a spotlight for our league that we very much need. Especially for people who are not involved in our league but are interested in hockey as a whole. I think it would be really good for them to see this and let's get to learn a bit more about the players in the PHL. So yeah, so I really loved it. I loved how we got to go behind the scenes, and see what it's like for two of the best in Team USA right now. I think it might be really, really good. Yeah. So I tell you what, I think what I'm gonna do, because obviously we still got quite a way to go in the summer. What I might do is I will get Player Lady, and I will basically have us pick a couple of players each that we would want to do a series on, similar to this. Okay. And we'll explain to you what the AHL's series is as well, because they've done it for quite some time now, but you can't. But unless you have Amazon Prime, you can't watch it. And I, of course, not got Amazon Prime, so I can't watch it. Yeah. So this field documentaries, you know that documentary on the inaugural season that they released not long after Milan Cortina. We still can't watch that in the UK, by the way. We still can't. So what I'm gonna have to do, VPN. I'm gonna have to fire away if I can VPN my way around it. We'll see if that works. I'll let you know how it gets on. Yeah, honestly, go check it out. If you check it out, it's called Tender. Go check it out yourselves, and I'm sure you'll love it just as much as I have. Okay, but I'll do that. So like I said, I'll put the link to that video in the description below for you guys. I'm gonna leave it there today. So I just feel like I'm rambling on, just repeating myself now. So I feel like I'm gonna leave it there. Okay, but thank you so much for joining me as always. Till next time, take care, guys.